Hi guys, welcome to my channel Deep IT Knowledge, and today's video we will see how to install and configure VMware 6.5. To install, I will use VMware Workstation Pro 14. So just click on File, create a new virtual machine as normal we do. Here define the ESXi image file path. So it's 6.5. Okay, it's my 6.5. Click. I'll just save this file over here. So click next. You can define here. So we'll keep the setting default. So click next. Here what you need to do here, just click on store virtual disk as a single file. The reason is in future when we will do the high availability, so that time it will help for us. So just select this option and click next. Here also you can use 40, or if you don't have enough space you can go below like 30 as well is fine, but it's recommended go to at least 40 or above. Click next and just finish. So our machine is ready now, so let's just boot. Power on. Okay, as we can see we are getting two options. Is the same in real production environment also when you will start installation. Let's see if you install ESXi on HP server DL, any DL family. So in G10 or G9, G8 you have to go through the intelligent provision. So you have to click F10 and then you have to go ahead. But since you have two options, either you go with intelligent or you can go with direct boot legacy option which we have. So here we will go with legacy option. We'll just directly boot because it's not a server, it's a workstation. So just we are doing here for testing purpose and learning. So I'll select this option first. Click next. The installation started. You can see the welcome screen over here is 6.5 installation is about to start. So it's asking to click enter to go ahead and cancel, escape to cancel. So of course we want to install, so let's click enter. Of course F11 to accept. So now scanning is going on. Okay, so basically it's asking where you want to install your ESXi. So as we have the one hard disk which is 40 GB initially we have selected, if you remember. So yes, we want to install in local hard disk. So click next. You can select your language. So I'll go with the US default. Click next. Root password. So we'll set the root password here. Basically root password is nothing but is administrator password. In Windows when we install the OS, so it's asking us to set the administrator password. So same in ESXi as well, it's asking us to enter the root password. It's just administrator password. So once it will get set up ready, you need this password to log into the server for further configuration. So click continue. Okay, so it's asking for our confirmation. So yes, we are good to go ahead. Just click F11 for install. So just press F11. So the installation is started. ESXi 6.5.0. So guys, as we can see, the installation has been completed successfully, and it's asking us to remove or eject your flash drive. So basically if you are installing the ESXi in the server, so you have connected your flash disk, so just eject and then reboot your system. So in our case what we'll do, we'll go to setting and we'll say not connect. Click OK and press enter to reboot. So now the server will get reboot and then we'll see the further configuration. Let's browse some some more features. So we can see F2 in left hand side down, we can see the customized system views and logs, and right side we can see F12 for shutdown and start. So if you press F12, so it will ask you to enter the password. I hope you remember the root password which we set initially. So here we can see it asking us to restart, press F11 to shut down, F2 and escape for cancel. Left hand side we can see F2, so just press F2, again enter the password. It's a root password, or it's or we can say administrator password. Great. So we can see the system customization. So if you want to change the password, so you can change it from here. You can set first old password and then you can set new password as well. But for here we will not change the password. Configure lockdown mode, the second option, which is a grayed out. So we will see in when we'll install the vCenter, that time we'll see what is the functionality of this lockdown mode. In the third option is very important, we can see the configure management network. Just press enter. So if you have 4 or whatever you have NIC card, so it will show the list over here. So from here you can select the NIC card for the virtual switch. So if you want to select, you can just press space. See, you can see the X mark. X is represent that it's selected, and if it's not there, that means it's not select. So we'll keep select. So in next video I will show you how to make teaming as well, and what is the teaming and how to configure. I'll show you as well. For now we'll not focus the teaming option as well, because we don't have the NIC card available. So press escape, and second option is VLAN. So if you have VLAN in your environment, you can just set the VLAN ID 10, 20, and it's up to you. Then the third is most important option is IPv4 configuration. So here we can set the static IP, whether you have DHCP or not, doesn't matter. Even if you have DHCP, so you have to always remember you have to set static IP to your server, no matter is a VMware server or is any Windows based server. Always make sure you set the static IP so it won't change after its timestamp is expired. So to set the static IP, just come down, press space, so and set here. So if you want to keep the same IP, you can just leave as it is, or if you want to change, you can change from here. So I'll keep the default IP which is detected by default. So 140. Here's my subnet mask, and is 14.2 is my gateway. So just click and hit enter. If you have DNS, of course in your environment you will have the DNS server, so you can just enter the DNS server IP 192.168.14.2. So we'll change and we'll give the name host-01 and just click enter. And custom DNS is your domain name. So if you have domain like lab.local, xyz.com, so whatever, google.com, any domain, your company domain, just enter that domain name. So I can use a lab.local. Click enter. So we have seen all these options. Just press escape, and if now it's asking what you have done, the changes you want to apply or not. So yes, I want to apply, so press FY. So option is restart management network. So sometime what happen when you do any changes on network property, so you need to restart the management services. It's something, it's a service actually. So just press F11, so the network the service will get restart, and your problem will get resolved as well. So what happens, sometime you are trying to ping your host and you are not able to ping, so you can just try to restart your service first and then see, so your issue will get resolved. So it's restarted, done. So click enter to OK. Test management network, this is also very good tool. With the help of this, you can see whether your server is up or not. I mean, you can able to ping to other server or other VLAN server or within the VLAN server or not. So you can enter the IP address where you want to ping, and then just click OK. So it will show you the result. If it's ping successful, then your server is up. If it's not, then you need to check your network properties. I will look also this option later on. Will not focus over here. Then troubleshooting option. If you want to enable SSH and all, so you can just click on enter the SSH, but these are the things we don't do from here. Usually once we'll configure the vCenter, we'll see all these options, how to enable the SSH and how we can troubleshoot from the SSH. View system logs. If you click view system logs, so it will show you the logs. Again, yeah, you can do this option from the vCenter also. And reset system configuration, if you click, it will become a default. So view support information, basically here is the basic information about your ESXi version and all these things. So I think we have done. So now let's try to access 14.140 server. So to access, you have to open the browser, and here you have to type 192.168.14.140. as we can see, 14.140 is able to access. So you have to just enter your username like root and password, again the root password which we set. So we have successfully logged into server, and as we can see the basic configuration details about our server. So like we can see CPU, memory, storage, so how much is free space available, and its utilization. So you can see here 30%, 37%, 1%, 3%. So this is the basic summary of your host. If you want to restart your host, now you can do it from here. You want to shut down, just click on shutdown. So from your services, as I said, that you can enable the service SSH from the host or from the vCenter. So we can see this is basically a dedicated host server access. So we are just accessing one host, but in vCenter we can access the multiple hosts. It's a centralized management application. So if you can do it from there also, you can enable SSH, or you can log into that particular server and you can do it enable SSH. So you don't need to go to your data center, connect your KVM, and then browse ESXi server and just enable. So you can just do it from here straight away. Here the license summary. Of course I have evaluation version, so it's saying that you have 60 regimen. Just ignore. You can ignore this as well. So here the hardware specification all. So we can see the memory, then CPU and the server IP and all these things same over here. Here the performance. So this is basic things, but in vCenter when we'll install, you will get more clear idea about the performance, how we can see and how we. And so for now we'll hold here, and then just wait for the coming video. I'll show you more features and also about ESXi, like storage, networking, what is vSwitch, what is vCorner switch, all these things we will explore. So for now, thanks for watching, and just wait for my coming video. Thanks guys, bye.